Hello everybody, Greg here from Two Old Guys with Crossbows, and today I'm going to show you how to build a deer blind out of skids. Save money. Hunting doesn't have to be expensive. If you got the time, you can save a lot of money. But here we go. Yeah, building a shooting blind out of skids and old lumber. I just finished fabricating the shooting windows. As you can see, it's a box, piece of plexiglass on the outside. And they're hinged. So, oops. When they open, this one's not set up. They will screw to the inside of the blind from back here. And then they'll fold down. They will fold down. And I'll put some kind of a latch in there to hold them closed. So we're in there. We can look out and see the deer. Got a couple pieces of scrap plexiglass kicking around, so thought I'd use it. And those four are going to be the windows for my new blind. Here's the pads I made for the blind. For the floor. 4x8 sheets on some decking, of course. So far I've only spent a little over $200 in material. And this blind is going to be basically 8x8 or close to it when it's done. Metal roofing for the top. I'm sorry, I probably spent about $250 because this stuff cost me $50. And here are the walls for the blind. There's the 4x4s I'm going to put in the corners. These are the lower part of the walls. I will add more skids to the top to fill in the wall once I'm out in the bush. And I'll see if I can do some videoing out in the bush while I'm doing this, just to give you an idea how it's being assembled. But if you're looking for a cheap way to build blinds, use skids. We got these flat skids. I only have a 2x2 on the back there, and no bottom board. I put two of them together. I've used some scrap wood I got to join the walls. These are the four walls, all sitting here. And it will, I'm prefabbing it here in my yard, and then I'll take it out to the bush and put it all together. Just prefabbing the door, and I had no window, so I'm attaching that. I took some 1x6 or 2x6, ripped them up the middle, and screwed them to the skid below. And I will take my skill saw and cut that out on the cracks. And then I'll add some hinges to the side. And as we put this together in the bush, this will be the door. Put the window in just to add so it lets more light in. It'll be in the back by the trees, so no worry of the deer or the animals actually seeing us moving around in there, I hope. And if there is, we can always put a little curtain up or something. But it's coming along. The walls, 4x4s for the corners. Again, hasn't cost me much, but I do have a lot of material laying around the house. So when the wife tells you to throw that stuff away, what are you going to use it for? Say, no, I need that for something. You can see some of the bait right over there. Here's my old truck. I got parked right here. There it is. There's the blind. Made from skids. I did cheat a bit. I bought a few pieces of plywood for the top because I'm running out of time. Deer season's coming upon us fast. But these are the shooting windows. And those windows that I made will mount right in behind there and flip down. I put some extra screws in just to sturdy it up in the corners. That one's holding the whole thing together there. But see, these boards, I screwed them on, put some extra screws. These old nails I don't trust. I want to make it as sturdy as I can. Hopefully it'll last a few years. But so far, with this blind, and there's a window here because I have bait right back in here. You can't see it because the grass is too long. I'm going to have to get in here and cut this grass a bit. Cut it down. Got some real nice bucks coming in back here. Hopefully we'll get a nice buck this year, along with the does. But like I said, I'm a meat hunter, so it doesn't matter much to me. This is just how I join the walls. These boards in here. This is the inside. I put 4x4s in the corner, right to the top. 4x4 in each corner, and as you can see, it's got a nice slope to it. That's going to be the slope for the roof. And that'll be the door where we come in. I have a window in my door. I think I showed that. But she's coming along, and deer season's only 5 weeks away. But I just took the chips out of the cameras after we were out here last night, and the deer were back in yesterday. We actually scared some out when we came in. So it's going to be an interesting season. Stay with us and see what happens. At this end, you can see I closed in the slats, or the gaps, with some plywood that I had kicking around. Just some old stuff. But over here, I actually took some other skids apart and used the boards. Time consuming though. The plywood is much quicker. Slats or skid boards and plywood. So you don't really need to purchase any plywood. I happen to have some kicking around, so that's why it worked for me. But I did purchase these upper sheets of plywood. They're 3/8. They're about $18 each Canadian. But enough for today. I've got to go to work tonight, so I have to go in and get ready. And it's starting to rain a little bit. It's ready to spit, even though the sky looks blue there. It's kind of cloudy over that way. And I figure we've had a lot of rain, very humid here this year. Yeah, I think this is going to be sweet. We'll be able to spend the night in here with our Mr. Buddy heater and won't have to disturb the deer at all when we wake up and start hunting. While I was putting the roof on, this doe shows up with her 2 fawns. I stopped to have a break on the tailgate. I had to film her through the windows though because I had to go back and get my phone out of the truck, and she kind of heard me. She was sniffing a bit when she first came in. She knew I was there, but that's how comfortable they are. They are pretty used to my scent. Should be an interesting hunt this year. Well, here it is. My deer blind built out of pallets. Aesthetically, it doesn't look like much, but it will serve its purpose. It will be warm and dry. 2 of the main factors. sloped roof. I did put metal roofing on that I picked up. Picked up some ends from a metal roofing place. And of course, the windows which fold down to the inside. Back door doesn't look like much. But let's go in. I just haven't really figured out what kind of handles to put on. Probably like gate hardware or something. And this is the inside. I built it all on a pad. Laid the pad down in 2 pieces out here. Bush, I'd like to put some carpet down in here yet. Keep the noise down when we're letting. That's out to the bait site. This is the shooting window. As I said, the windows fold down. You just have a little key lock up here. And the window opens up so you can shoot. But yes, closed off the pallets on the inside with other pallet boards and old pieces of plywood I had. I cheated at the top and bought some sheets of plywood. I was running out of time. I needed to get it done, so now in here, these gaps I'd like to fill in. I'm just going to put some wood along there to keep the wind from whistling in case we decide to spend the night out here. You can see there are some gappy spots. I'll just close them in with some wood on the inside here. And we should be good for the hunt for September of 2019. Yep. Season opens in 2 weeks. So that's my deer blind, built out of pallets. In total, I bought some 4x4s and I bought some lumber for the pad, and of course I bought some roof lumber. I don't know if we can see that up there. See the joists. I bought some OSB board and some steel roofing. But in total, this probably cost me about $300. And it will function for hopefully a number of years anyways. But that's what I did. And if you're looking to save money and you got the time, you can build it all over a pallet wood. And yeah, it would cost next to nothing. I did put roof hangers up there for the joists. And of course they are on the pad on the bottom. This picture's probably a little dark. It's not as dark in the blind as it seems, but I thought you'd like to see some pictures of the trail cam shots lately that are out there. It's going to be an interesting hunting season. These are some of the critters hanging around, and I'm hoping to take one home and put them in the freezer, or her. Love that venison meat. That's it. Hope you enjoyed this video. See y'all soon.